North Korea bragged about their nuclear arsenal for decades. Submarines armed with ballistic missiles, mobile launchers hidden in mountain tunnels, underground test sites producing warheads. Kim Jong-un called them unstoppable. Then, one United States Virginia-class attack submarine sat 15 kilometers off the North Korean coast, tracking every launch site, monitoring every command bunker, recording every military frequency. North Korea's entire navy never detected it. This video reveals why North Korea's nuclear deterrent depends on launch capabilities that American submarines can eliminate before a single missile leaves the ground, and why Pyongyang has no defense against this threat. North Korea's nuclear program exists to guarantee regime survival. The logic is straightforward: possess enough warheads and delivery systems to threaten catastrophic retaliation, and no adversary will risk invasion. This is the same calculation that protected the Soviet Union during the Cold War and maintains Pakistan's security against India today. North Korea has pursued this capability since the 1990s. They conducted their first nuclear test in 2006. 5 more tests followed. Each explosion announced progress. Each detonation reinforced the message: we have weapons, we have delivery systems, we are untouchable. The regime invested billions. Underground facilities were carved into mountains. Mobile missile launchers were hidden in tunnel networks spanning hundreds of kilometers. Submarine-launched ballistic missile programs received priority funding. State media broadcast launches with carefully choreographed propaganda emphasizing technological advancement and military readiness. By 2020, North Korea claimed an operational nuclear force. Solid fuel missiles could launch within minutes. Submarine launch systems could strike from unexpected locations. Warheads were miniaturized enough to fit atop intercontinental ballistic missiles. Kim Jong-un declared the program complete. North Korea was now a nuclear power. The threat was real. The deterrent was credible. But deterrence depends on one critical assumption: the ability to launch before being destroyed. If your missiles can be eliminated before they leave their launchers, if your command infrastructure can be severed before orders are transmitted, if your submarines can be tracked and targeted before they reach firing position, then your arsenal becomes irrelevant. And that is exactly the vulnerability American attack submarines exploit. The Virginia-class attack submarine represents the most capable hunter-killer platform ever built. Displacement is 7,800 tons. Length is 115 meters. Crew is 134. Armament includes 12 vertical launch tubes for Tomahawk cruise missiles, 4 torpedo tubes for Mark 48 heavyweight torpedoes, and advanced electronic warfare suites. But the most dangerous capability is not firepower. It is stealth. The Virginia-class operates with an acoustic signature so low that detection ranges shrink to single-digit kilometers under ideal conditions. Anechoic tiles coat the hull, absorbing active sonar pulses. The reactor operates on natural circulation at low speeds, eliminating pump noise. Machinery is mounted on isolation rafts that dampen vibration transmission to the water. At 15 kilometers from the North Korean coast, a Virginia-class submarine can monitor communications, track surface vessels, and map coastal defenses while remaining completely undetected. North Korea's Navy has no capability to counter this. Their anti-submarine warfare systems are Soviet-era leftovers from the 1970s. Surface ships use hull-mounted sonar with effective ranges measured in single kilometers against quiet targets. Helicopters lack the dipping sonar and sonobuoy networks required for coordinated anti-submarine warfare operations. Coastal defense relies on fixed hydrophone arrays that modern submarines can identify and avoid. In 2017, a U.S. submarine reportedly spent weeks off the North Korean coast during heightened tensions. North Korea issued no alerts. No anti-submarine warfare operations were launched. No public acknowledgement was made until Western media reported the deployment. This is not an intelligence failure. This is a technological gap that cannot be closed with existing infrastructure. The strategic implications are devastating for North Korea's nuclear deterrent. Every ballistic missile North Korea deploys has a fixed location or a predictable patrol area. Road mobile launchers operate from known tunnel complexes with limited exit points. Submarine launch systems depend on vessels that must surface to launch, and they are tracked from the moment they leave port. Underground silos are mapped and targeted. A Virginia-class submarine 15 kilometers offshore can strike any of these targets with Tomahawk cruise missiles. Flight time from launch to impact is under 4 minutes for coastal targets. Launch detection is nearly impossible. By the time North Korean radar picks up inbound missiles, warheads are already descending. Each Tomahawk carries a 1,000-pound warhead. Each submarine carries 12 in vertical launch tubes with reloads available. 12 missiles can eliminate 12 launch sites, 12 command bunkers, or 12 mobile launcher hiding positions. And North Korea would never see the submarine that fired them. The attack submarine would remain undetected. The deterrence equation collapses. If a state's nuclear forces can be destroyed before they launch, then possessing warheads becomes meaningless. The threat loses credibility, and the regime loses its insurance policy. North Korea understands this vulnerability. In 2019, they accelerated submarine-launched ballistic missile development. The Pukguksong program aims to create a sea-based deterrent that can operate farther from shore, complicating American tracking efforts. But building submarines capable of evading United States attack submarines requires technology North Korea does not possess. Hull quieting, reactor design, acoustic signature reduction, these are engineering challenges that took the Soviet Union decades to address imperfectly, and China another 30 years to partially solve. North Korea's submarines are modified Romeo-class diesel submarines from the 1950s, and indigenous designs based on obsolete Yugoslav technology. They are loud, slow, and vulnerable. United States attack submarines can detect them within minutes of leaving port and track them continuously. In 2021, South Korean intelligence reported that a North Korean submarine conducting missile tests was shadowed by a United States attack submarine for the entire patrol. North Korea never detected the American vessel. The test proceeded. The submarine returned to base. Only later did Pyongyang learn they had been monitored throughout. This is not deterrence. This is target practice. North Korea also attempted to expand coastal defenses. Additional sonar stations were installed along the east coast. Patrol boat frequency increased. Anti-submarine warfare helicopters received upgraded sensors. These measures address surface threats and older submarine technology. They do not address Virginia-class capabilities. Modern attack submarines operate beyond the effective range of coastal sensors. They can loiter undetected for weeks, rotating crews and replenishing supplies without surfacing. Patrol boats searching for them cover thousands of square kilometers with sensors that are effective over only a few kilometers. The search space is unmanageable. Helicopters fare no better. Dipping sonar requires the helicopter to hover over the suspected submarine location. If that location is unknown, as it usually is against a quiet submarine, the helicopter searches blindly. Sonobuoy networks can improve coverage, but North Korea lacks the coordination infrastructure and sufficient aircraft to deploy meaningful patterns. The technology gap is not something training or tactics can overcome. This is physics and engineering. Sound propagates through water according to temperature, salinity, and pressure gradients. Quieter submarines exploit these conditions. Louder hunters struggle to detect anything beyond ambient noise. American submarines are quieter than the ocean background in many operating areas. The nuclear deterrent North Korea spent decades building depends entirely on launch capability. If missiles cannot launch because submarines destroyed them preemptively, the arsenal is useless. If command networks are severed because Tomahawk struck communication nodes first, orders never reach launchers. If early warning radar is eliminated in the opening salvo, retaliation becomes impossible. This is the calculus American attack submarines impose. They do not need to engage in a prolonged conflict. They do not need to invade or occupy. They simply need to eliminate launch capability before it can be used. 12 Tomahawks launched from a submarine North Korea cannot find will destroy 12 targets North Korea cannot defend, and there is no counter, no upgrade, no workaround. North Korea can build more missiles, they can dig deeper tunnels, they can train crews to higher standards. None of it addresses the fundamental problem. They cannot protect their nuclear forces from an enemy they cannot detect. Right now, United States attack submarines patrol the waters off North Korea. Their exact locations are classified. Their patrol schedules are unknown. Their acoustic signatures are undetectable to North Korean sensors. Kim Jong-un can issue threats. State media can broadcast missile launches. Propaganda can declare invincibility. But somewhere beneath the surface, an American submarine tracks every move. It monitors every transmission. It maps every target. And if the order ever comes, those targets will be eliminated before North Korea realizes the attack has begun. This is not deterrence. This is vulnerability. No amount of nuclear warheads changes that reality when you cannot detect the threat capable of eliminating your ability to launch. Subscribe for more breakdowns on why technological gaps decide conflicts before the first shot is fired. Share this with anyone who needs to understand that nuclear arsenals only matter if you can actually use them. And remember, in modern warfare, the side that remains undetected until the moment of attack usually controls the outcome.